Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to something a little bit new on my channel here. I've been speaking about doing this for quite some time in some of my videos, and I finally decided to go for it, take the plunge, and start a new series here on the channel. Now, essentially, this is going to be called Shabby Talk, and it's just a way for me to have more of an open conversation with you guys. So I'll put these sort of videos out as and when, and we can have a chat about what I brought up in the comment section below, and it's just a better way to improve the community and for me to get to know you guys a little bit better as well. So I thought the first episode, the good thing to do would be to potentially go through the NXT Takeover Orlando card, which of course is going to be on in a few hours' time. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm ready to go. I've got the beers in. I've got some nachos ready to go. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this weekend for so long now, and we're going to start things off. Now, I'm going to assume that the card is going to start off with the Sanity versus Dillinger, No Way Jose, Roderick Strong, and the debut, of course, of Ruby Riott. Now, I don't know what to quite expect from this one, to be honest with you. Sanity look like they're becoming quite a dominant stable in NXT, and they've been doing fantastically well, but I don't know whether Ty Dillinger needs a high-profile victory. I don't think he's ever had one in NXT, a high-profile victory. It always seems to go against him, and Roderick Strong as well has sort of done well, but he's just sort of teetered around in the middle. He's not really taken NXT by the neck at this point in time, but of course he's only new, I suppose. He's only been there for a few months, so I'd expect as time goes on we'll see more from him. No Way Jose, again, he's very much in the middle. He's got a lot of people behind him. He's got a lot of people that can't stand him, like PJ Tovey. But the wild card in this one for me is Ruby Riott. I've not seen her before really much on the indie scene. Of course, I know exactly who she is. I don't know what to expect from her sort of moves-wise, but I think it's going to be a really good match, actually. I think a an 8-man tag team match, or an 8-person tag team match, means that it can afford to be a little bit more high-paced, a little bit more action-packed, because there's a lot of people to take the brunt of that. And I would assume from this one, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say Ty Dillinger, Roderick Strong, No Way Jose, and Ruby Riott come out of this one victorious. That's my guess, anyway. Right, next on the card, we're going to assume the next one is going to be the debut of Alistair Black taking on Andrade Cien Almas. Now, this one for me is a much more clean cut. I would assume Alistair Black has got to win his debut match. They've really, with the promos they've been putting him over, he looks like he's going to be quite a force to be reckoned with. I'm hoping they bring him in at quite a high level at NXT and not sort of like bed him in slowly. I'm hoping he goes straight in to that championship picture. I think he's definitely good enough, and I can't wait to see some of the feuds he could possibly have alongside some of the top guys. I think one match that I really personally liked across the indie scene so many times is Alistair Black versus Chris Hero. Of course, both those guys know each other pretty well. I'm pretty sure Chris Hero actually trained Alistair Black at some points as well. So I'm going to assume that Alistair Black is going to win that one. And Andrade Cien Almas, I think, will put on a very, very good match. I think this is going to be one of the matches of the night, to be honest with you. But yeah, Alistair Black for me is going to come out of this one on top. So next we're going to look at the tag team elimination match. Of course, we've got the Revival, we've got DIY, and we've got the champions, the Authors of Pain. See, this one's interesting because we've got DIY coming in as the faces, we've got Authors of Pain coming in as the heels, and the Revival is very much coming in as tweeners at the moment, but the fans are really behind them, so they're almost like a second face team. This one's going to be interesting. It wouldn't surprise me if DIY and Revival try and work together to try and eliminate the Authors of Pain, which I think would be a pretty good idea to do. But I'm going to say from this one, I think the Authors of Pain are going to come out of this one on top and retain the championships. The reason for that is that I can see the Revival moving up to the main roster and potentially DIY moving up to the main roster very, very soon. So it just makes sense for the Authors of Pain to keep a hold of those championships and really enforce their strong position in NXT. Whether it will be a clean victory, I don't honestly know whether Ellering will have anything to do with it, but I would say that, in my opinion, the Authors of Pain are definitely going to come out this one on top, and that will allow Revival to potentially move to SmackDown. Maybe Gargano and Ciampa move into Raw, because then they can also work 205 Live, and then we can see a whole new host of tag teams in NXT. So next up, we've got the Women's Championship match as the unbeaten Asuka takes on the unbeaten Ember Moon. Now, this one, I can't quite figure out this one, to be honest with you. I'm going to assume that Asuka is going to move up to the main roster very, very soon. Like, I mean, very, very soon. If not after WrestleMania, then at the next draft, which is rumoured to be around about the SummerSlam time. And to do so, I can't imagine she'll be taking the NXT Women's Championship with her. Will Ember Moon be able to defeat Asuka, which nobody else has been able to do? Or will Asuka still pull off the victory and then maybe give up the championship. That's what I think might be the best idea, is for Asuka to defeat Ember Moon. It'd be a really close match, really well fought out by both ladies. Asuka to win and then potentially vacate the championship as she moves up to the main roster. However, there is the opportunity that Ember Moon could pull off the victory. She's been put over as a very strong member of the female roster, stronger than all the rest, which is why she's in this #1 contenders picture. She's defeated everybody else there is apart from Asuka. So this one's very funny. I'm going to say Asuka's going to win this one. Yeah, I'm going to say Asuka's going to win this one. That's my guess. And then, of course, into the main event of the evening. Bobby Roode defending the NXT Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, a few months ago, I would have guaranteed you that Bobby Roode was going to win this match. That was because they put out an NXT poster for the UK tour, and Shinsuke Nakamura was nowhere to be seen. So I just assumed that, fine, Bobby Roode wins this match, Nakamura moves up to Raw or SmackDown, and it's smooth sailing from there. But now, Nakamura has been announced for that UK tour, so there is a possibility that Nakamura could win that belt back. But I think it's too much. Of course, Nakamura had the belt, lost it to Joe, won it back, lost it to Roode. I think it'd be too much for him to win it back from Roode again. It would just be too much for me anyway. So I'm going to say that Bobby Roode still is victorious in this one. It's going to be a decent match. I'm not a fan of Bobby Roode in the ring, to be honest with you. I think he's a little bit... I don't want to say he's boring. He's a great storyteller, but he's not necessarily the best at putting on a match. He's not the most athletic. You're not going to see him doing any high profile. You know, you're not going to see a Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, he's great at putting over a story. So injuries and so forth, and selling it well in a match is fantastic at. But it's not going to be the best match of the night. But I think it's still going to be Bobby Roode walking out with the NXT Championship. And I think that's about it for the NXT card. Of course, if you guys think the same or anything different, please leave it in the comment section below. And of course, I will interact with you. I'm going to be up all night watching NXT anyway. So, yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a pretty good show. Of course, last year it blew WrestleMania out the water. Although this year the card's not quite up to the standard it was last year. But I'm still assuming it's going to be a very, very good card. And based on the WrestleMania card, I think NXT could still blow it out of the water. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button to let me know it's the sort of thing you'd like to see me do more of in the future. And of course, subscribe if you are new around here and you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you very, very soon for another Shabby Talk.